I want you to zero in on this, on that.
Zero in.
A little bit closer there. There we go. Okay, good, good, okay. Now, that's the one I did that was in the video, and there were a lot of little white stuff on there and so forth. And when I looked at that, I thought, no, that's too much. So I just put any shape. It didn't make any difference what shape it was. But yeah, I like those shapes, you know. I didn't plan that at all. So these things that are on here are cut out, I hopefully distorted enough. But I want to show you some that did tonight. And one of the things that I was asked, if you would be so kind as to bring them back next month with a painting that you have done from them. Wouldn't that be kind of fun to see the painting and also the value sketch? But I just walked around and I wanted just to pinpoint just some. This is one that I felt. There's you can buy these grays, I guess, Joan Fabrics. There's texture in here. There's a lot of nice little things that are happening, and these little playful things that are flowing around it. This distortion of this building, gosh, it just really is nice. Here's another one that I thought was really, really super. Isn't that nice? Wow. Yeah, these are really successful. How about that one? Look at the simple shapes. Gotta really bring that back a little bit. Yeah, okay, good.
We'll just leave it alone, quit moving it around.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. I like the place of the whites, the grays, this little thing here, and then this is the black here, comes up here, there. Be careful you don't put your darks too close to the edges, because we don't want to go to the edges. We want to stay in the center. And then this one, God darn, look at that. I just can't believe it.
It's better when you do them small.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, well, you should do them small. You know, we don't want to spend a lot of time with this. It's just to give us ideas, but that is a darn good idea. This, I usually will do it upright, but upright distorts, you see? And so I'll have to do it this way. This is a Frank Webb palette, and I've put the Velcro on this side of it and on the other side over here, and it seals it up, believe me. When I first put it on, I had a hard time opening it, but now it's worn so much that it just, it's okay. It opens up very easily. I use these as a sponge to keep my paints moist. And we're going to use a flat brush. No, I think I'll use a bigger one than that. So I can cover it quickly. Okay, so I'm going to put this down as this color on this side. And then as I creep across.
You want us to see your value sketch?
No. I'm not even paying attention to it. You see, when you do it, it's in your mind, and you don't really have to pay attention to it.
Can you say what kind of value you put on though?
Color?
No, what kind of value?
Oh, value? This is a middle value, light middle value. Now you know these values do change when they dry. So if you go ahead and put it on like it was the real thing, it's not going to be when it dries. You see, so that's what I'm concentrating on more, is to Okay, I think I want to go kind of yellow over it. And pick a little bit of that orange up on this corner. Now, these are branches. I just want to make them shapes. Not very good. Okay, just get that out of my... Okay, now, I've covered all that in that light middle value. I'm working down the value scale, which means that each time I go in, I'll get darker and darker. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this off here, and I'm going to put in the shadow side, but this time I don't want to put the shadow side in and I want that to leak through there. Okay, good. And I've got a little bit of orange here so we can kind of play with this color. This is all in shadow. All in shadow here, goes down like that. Okay. Now when you see little runs like this, pick them up so they don't leak back up into the paper, causing stains. And then also on the sides, that also happens, and so you should. Okay, now we're going to start moving down here. A little purple, different color here. There's where we've got a little bit, oh, by the way, it's all hard edges. I don't want to soften any edges. Now we'll get the figure in right away, which it's not a, you know, you think of it as not a figure, you think of it as just a shape that's got some pretty color. We'll just let that go in. And then a little bit of color here. There. I'm going to leave it. Okay. That's it. Now I have to dry it a little bit. I'm not going to dry it totally, but I have to get it down to where, as Don Andrews says, it's got to firm up. So we'll firm it up right now. Okay, so now the next thing is to work down the value scale. If I can find my rule. I don't know if you've ever done this before. There we go. Okay. Now we work down. See, I got my other big. That's about the same. When we work down, it says now we're going to put a value that's darker than that and darker than that. So let's see. I'm going to use a purple here and put a little green in it. I don't want to. You know, there's we've been studying Charles Reed and Don Andrews, and I have them both inside my head. Don't put the color purple and green and mix it down here. Put it up here and start mixing it. So let's see. See, now with that construction paper, you put a shape down. You put a shape down like that, and then you can put another shape on top like that. You see, you can modify these shapes. I want to not have that. I don't want any hard edge. I want hard edges, is what I'm trying to say. So we're going to bring that around, and now I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go with a little bit of orange on that side, maybe a little bit of burnt sienna, and go behind here. Because remember what I said about my value sketch, I had too many little light parts up here. And I don't want a lot of light parts up there. So we'll just go ahead and start bringing in some of these colors. And we'll bring this down here. Okay, now you see what I'm looking at is that it's one continuous shape, and bring a little bit more purple in up here, but I don't want to go too dark, so I'm going down the value scale, and also don't go too fast. The color rides in middle value, so the darker the colors you'll have in your painting, the less color you're going to have. So keep that in mind.
Say that again?
I made a mistake there. The middle value has color. Think about it. When you have a value scale and it's all light, you have light colors, not very strong. When you have it all dark, like close to number 5, the black, you might have a warm black, you might have a cool black, but you don't have really any color. But if you stay in the middle value, you have color. Makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Thanks to Don Andrews. I was going to give credit to people that give off this great wisdom. Okay, so I'm just kind of playing around. I wish that was blue, but it isn't. These are my next value that I'm putting down to there, and then I can do is just put another color inside and make it a little bit more interesting, maybe cooler, subdued, maybe better on that side. I'm avoiding this, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put one right here, just big. Yeah, okay, and then I'll just leave it. Oh, wait, that and that, too much. That's not pretty bad. There. Okay, enough is enough for that. And picking up these. Oh, okay. Now let's go for the roof has got to have a value of color. I like to catch it, but it's still wet. And then working down the value scale again. Like that, yeah. Okay, and then coming up in here, there's a lot of nice stuff happening there. Now I'm going to go and pick up some of these drips that are coming down here.